Another stream, another 16 more cringy self-inserts entering the ring to die for our entertainment. This time we have Steve the Ranger, Arena the Great Lord, Sturm the Necromancer and his, friend, Jada the Sagittari, Rude Helm the Wyvern Lord, Rishiga Blabla the Berserker, PTSD Waifu the Hyper Recruit, OC Cat the Falconite, Louis Theron the Sage, Aklima the Harrier, Firelands the Hero, Mesaluka the Witch, Stonewall the General, Vandal the Rogue, Saint David the Bishop, and Aurora the Swordmaster. With the seeds shuffled, we set off for round 1. The first fight of the evening was Louis Theron, the hyper-aggressive Sage, versus OC Cat the Falconite. While it initially looked good for Louis, OC Cat's resolve kicked in, which promptly deleted Louis off the map. Second fight of the evening, Jada versus Steve, 2 horse archers squaring off. Steve decided to draw his poison sword to attack at one range to avoid a counter, and got promptly 2-shot on the next turn. Third fight of the evening, PTSD Waifu versus Saint David. A pretty fun and even fight, but the bishop eventually came out on top thanks to his weary fighter build. Fight 4, Arena versus Stonewall, an incredibly tanky general who would have been a tough opponent for almost anyone else in the arena. Arena in the arena, try saying that quickly 10 times. Anyway, the general stood no chance against this rune sword build and was promptly squashed. Fight 5, Rude Helm versus Rechi Blabla, the Berserker I cannot pronounce the name of. It looked pretty bleak at first as the Berserker had almost 50% crit, but then Dragon Fang procced out of nowhere, securing the win for the very rude Wyvern Lord. Fight 6, Aurora versus Mesaluka. This witch actually came with Pavise, which procced twice. However, it didn't help. Aurora still sliced her into ribbons. Fight 7, Aklima versus Sturm and his, friend. A very even fight that looked to be swinging back and forth until Sturm pulled out his Lunatome to secure the kill. Fight 8, Vandal versus Firelands. Everyone was pretty excited to see a rogue in the arena, me included, but sadly he got matched up against the one opponent with nothing to steal and got promptly trashed. Oh well, that sucks. With round 1 over, it was now time to head into round 2, starting with Jada versus OC Cat. The Falconite came prepared to this fight with a Feely Shield equipped, but it wasn't enough to stand up against the old man's raw damage output. Turns out it doesn't matter if you block effective damage, as long as the regular damage is enough to kill you. Then it was time for Arena versus Saint David, a rune sword build versus a wary fighter bishop. Unsurprisingly, the light magic user had a solid advantage here, and also came with a bit of luck on his side. Up next was Aurora versus Rude Helm. The Wyvern Lord had weapon triangle advantage and a Brave Lance, but the Swordmaster's damage output was simply too damn high. Firelands versus Sturm. Sturm hit pretty hard with his Fenrir Tome, but Firelands hit harder. With round 2 finished, we were now ready to head into the semifinals, starting with Jada versus Saint David. Jada had won most of his fights this evening by doubling his opponents, something he couldn't do against a very fighter bishop, but he also had a trick up his sleeve with Warding Blow, meaning he hardly took any damage on player face. This combined with a couple of elixirs made him gradually wear down the bishop, who was not having fun anymore. Up next was Aurora versus Firelands, 2 glass cannons facing off against each other, and this was the closest match of the evening, with Aurora bringing Firelands down to 1 HP before being promptly smacked on the counterattack. And then it was at long last time for the finale. Firelands, the ultra damage hero versus Jada, the ultra damage Sagittari. Turns out Jada was also pretty tanky though, as Firelands only dealt 14 damage per hit without any procs, though plenty of procs he did get. But this time, Firelands was actually reliant on not proccing Sure Shot, as getting them would cause Jada to run away and chug an elixir, which resulted in Firelands' death. In the second round, Firelands scored an incredibly lucky Sure Shot critical to take the match 1-1, and in their third encounter, Firelands once again got lucky, not proccing his Sure Shot skills, which didn't bring Jada low enough to pop an elixir, meaning Firelands could kill him on the next turn. Firelands promptly became the winner of the third stream, joining TC and Nirvana up on stage to go on to the Grand Melee. Round 4 kicks off tomorrow, make sure you don't miss it.